kind of wild to think, but the Galaxy S25 Ultra has been out for almost a year now. In that time, it's faced plenty of competition, from other Android flagships to some of the new iPhones. But even with all that, Samsung's 2025 flagship still sits comfortably among the best smartphones out there. That said, as we move closer to the end of the year, attention is slowly starting to shift toward the next big thing, the Galaxy S26 Ultra. And honestly, that's got a lot of people scratching their heads, wondering whether they should go for a deal on the S25 Ultra now or just hold out and see what the S26 brings. With the holiday shopping season kicking off, the S25 Ultra is suddenly looking like an extremely tempting option. There are going to be deals everywhere, and some of them might even be better than the pre-order offers from last year. But here's the thing. You don't want to make a rush decision and then regret it when the S26 Ultra drops a few months later. Since Samsung hasn't officially confirmed anything about the S26 Ultra, everything we're talking about today comes from leaks, rumors, and a little bit of informed speculation. Still, putting all of that together gives us a pretty good idea of what might be coming. And hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll feel more confident about whether to buy now or wait. One trend we've noticed with Samsung's recent flagships is a move away from curved edges. The Galaxy S25 Ultra ended up a little more rectangular than previous models, and a lot of users complained that the sharper edges didn't feel great in the hand. Now, leaks suggest that the S26 Ultra could fix that problem. CAD renders show rounder corners on all four sides, which should make holding the phone more comfortable, especially for long periods. On top of that, it looks like the phone might be slightly taller and a touch slimmer, while still keeping that massive 6.9-inch screen we all love. So if you thought the S25 Ultra felt big, the S26 Ultra might feel just a little more refined in your hand. Even though the screen size might not change, Samsung could still have a few surprises up its sleeve. Remember the Flex Magic Panel OLED they introduced at MWC 2024? That's a screen that uses AI and software tricks to make the display unreadable from certain angles. Basically, if someone's trying to peek at your phone from the side, they won't be able to see what's on it. And a recent leak from One UI 8.5 even referenced a feature called Private Display, which seems to line up with this. If it works as expected, this could make privacy screen protectors almost obsolete. Your phone would do all the work for you. The S Pen is also getting a little love this time around. Renders show it matching the phone's more rounded design, so it should feel more natural when you're using it. And yes, for those of you worried, the S Pen is sticking around. Samsung removed Bluetooth features from the S25 Ultra's pen and ditched support for the Z Fold 7. But it looks like the flagship's pen is here to stay for at least another year. What you probably won't see, though, are air gestures or remote camera controls. There haven't been any leaks hinting at new features, so don't get your hopes up too high. When it comes to performance, the S25 Ultra is still a beast. The Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, paired with 12 GB of RAM and up to 1 TB of storage, keeps it at the top of its class. The S26 Ultra will probably follow a similar recipe, with the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 powering things, slightly tweaked for Samsung. And rumors suggest we might even see 16 GB of RAM on some models. That extra memory could make a real difference down the line, especially if Samsung's planning more advanced AI features for the Galaxy ecosystem. Charging could be another area where we see a nice upgrade. The S25 Ultra and Z Fold 7 support Qi 2 wireless charging, but they're missing faster wireless speeds and built-in magnetic support. The S26 Ultra could fix that, with Qi 2.2 support, faster 25-watt wireless charging, and maybe even 60-watt wired charging. All of this while keeping that reliable 5,000 mAh battery. If true, that would make wireless charging much more practical, especially if you like using magnetic accessories or cases. Of course, we can't talk about Samsung flagships without talking about cameras. The S26 Ultra is rumored to stick with a quad setup, 200-megapixel main wide-angle, 3x telephoto, 50-megapixel 5x telephoto, and 50-megapixel ultra-wide. The main lens will likely be upgraded to the latest 200-megapixel sensor, which should improve detail and low-light performance. The 3x telephoto is said to get a new 12-megapixel sensor, but it might be cropped down to 10 megapixel, which could slightly reduce detail compared to the S25 Ultra. It's not all bad though. Samsung may also introduce something called the APV codec, which sounds like their own version of Apple's ProRes for professional video. This would allow for higher quality video recording without taking up as much storage. A huge win for content creators. So, should you buy the S25 Ultra now or wait for the S26 Ultra? Honestly, it depends on how patient you are. If you want the absolute latest and greatest, it's probably worth holding off a couple of months. Based on Samsung's previous release schedules, the S26 Ultra will likely arrive in late January or early February. That way, you'll know exactly what the phone can do, and you'll be able to make a more informed choice. If you're happy with deals on the S25 Ultra though, prices are likely to drop even further once the S26 is officially announced. At the end of the day, the decision comes down to whether you want to be on the cutting edge, or if you're happy taking advantage of a great deal today. And hey, there's no wrong answer here. Both phones are incredible, and either way, you'll be getting one of the best Android experiences out there. So, what do you think? Are you holding out for the Galaxy S26 Ultra? Or are you jumping on a deal for the S25 Ultra while you still can? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I'm really curious to see what everyone's thinking. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, take care and happy tech hunting.